Across the sprawling, untamed wilderness of our planet, from the golden savannas of Africa to the shadowy depths of the oceans, a silent code governs every heartbeat and every breath. These rules are not written, but are etched into the instincts of every creature, shaping destinies in ways both subtle and profound. In this world, every sunrise signals a new chapter in the ongoing struggle for existence, where the smallest detail can tip the balance between life and death. Beneath the surface, where sunlight fades and pressure mounts, creatures communicate through subtle flashes of light and vibrations, each movement a calculated risk in a world where the unseen is often the most dangerous. In these depths, a single flicker can mean the difference between attracting a mate or inviting a predator. Here, the rules are dictated by silence and shadow, where the faintest pulse of electricity or the briefest shimmer of color can signal opportunity or doom. On land, the rules are written in the rustle of grass, the scent carried on the wind, and the tension in a herd's collective gaze. Every animal is both hunter and hunted, bound by instincts honed over millennia. The faintest shift in the breeze can betray a lurking threat, while a chorus of alarm calls can ripple across the plains, sending waves of panic through even the most seasoned survivors. The language of the wild is ancient and complex, spoken in the subtle arch of a back, the flick of an ear, or the sudden stillness that falls when danger is near. Each day, survival hinges on the ability to read the environment, shadows that flicker, the sudden hush of birds, the faintest tremor in the earth. The wild is a realm of constant vigilance, where the inattentive are swiftly claimed by the ever-watchful. The cheetah's silent approach, the wild dog's coordinated pursuit, and the buffalo's explosive charge are all responses to the invisible cues that dictate the rhythm of life and death. The boundary between predator and prey is a shifting frontier, dictated by opportunity, timing, and the relentless pressure to adapt. A single misstep can turn the hunter into the hunted as alliances and rivalries shift with the seasons. The impala's frozen stance, the lioness's calculated patience, and the leopard's silent anticipation are all governed by rules that demand absolute precision. Every footprint, every broken twig, tells a story, messages left for those who know how to read them. Waterholes become arenas of silent negotiation, where thirst must be weighed against the risk of ambush. Even the smallest creatures leave traces, their presence woven into the fabric of the wild. The owl's silent flight, the spider's intricate web, and the beetle's midnight journey are all acts of survival, each governed by rules invisible to the untrained eye. Among the most remarkable survivors is the honey badger, a creature whose reputation for fearlessness is matched only by its ingenuity. It navigates a world of constant peril, relying on a blend of audacity and acute perception. The mongoose's vigilance, the meerkat's teamwork, and the serval's stealth are all testaments to the diversity of strategies that emerge from the same set of unseen rules. Despite its modest size, the honey badger is a master of reading its environment, sensing vibrations beneath the soil, deciphering the calls of birds that signal danger or opportunity. Its world is a tapestry of signals, each one a potential key to survival. The badger's acute senses allow it to detect the faintest rustle of a burrowing rodent or the distant warning cry of a hornbill, transforming the landscape into a living map of risks and rewards. In one extraordinary encounter, a honey badger found itself ensnared by a rock python, a predator whose strength lies in patience and the art of ambush. The python's approach is silent, its presence betrayed only by the faintest disturbance in the dust. The python's tongue flickers, tasting the air for chemical traces, while its body remains motionless, blending seamlessly with the rocks and shadows. The python's coils constrict with silent, methodical force, each breath squeezed tighter, the world narrowing to a desperate contest of endurance. The struggle is a silent battle, witnessed only by the shifting grass and the circling vultures above. The python's grip is relentless, its muscles working in perfect unison, each contraction a calculated effort to subdue its prey without a sound. Yet, the honey badger's loose, thick skin allows it to twist and maneuver, turning the python's advantage into a vulnerability. Its jaws, sharp and unyielding, find purchase even in the tightest grip. The python's hold is formidable, but the badger's resilience is legendary. The badger's claws dig into the earth, leveraging every ounce of strength, while its teeth seek the soft underbelly of its adversary, exploiting the smallest weakness. The struggle is relentless, a test of stamina and willpower, where neither combatant yields easily to the other. Each second stretches into eternity, the outcome uncertain until the very last moment. The dust rises, obscuring the battle from all but the most attentive observers, while the air vibrates with the tension of two wills locked in primal conflict. Again and again the python tightens its hold, but the badger's ferocity never wavers. With each bite it forces the serpent to loosen its grip until finally the python relents. The victor emerges battered but alive, a testament to the power of adaptation. The honey badger's escape is not a matter of luck, but the result of evolutionary arms races played out over countless generations. This victory is not mere chance, it is the culmination of countless generations shaped by the unforgiving demands of the wild. Every scar is a lesson, every triumph a legacy passed down through bloodlines. The honey badger's battered form is a living record of battles fought and won, each wound a chapter in the ongoing story of survival. The honey badger's arsenal is a marvel of evolutionary engineering, each trait a response to the challenges of its environment. Its body is a fortress, its mind a repository of strategies refined by survival. The badger's thick skin, powerful jaws, and acute senses are all tools honed by necessity, each one a solution to a specific threat or opportunity. Its jaws can shatter the armored defenses of a tortoise, a feat that even the most formidable predators struggle to achieve. No barrier is insurmountable for a creature driven by hunger and ingenuity. The badger's willingness to tackle dangerous prey, from venomous snakes to swarming bees, is a testament to its relentless drive and adaptability. Its claws, sharp and nearly 2 inches long, are tools for excavation and weapons for defense, capable of turning the tables on attackers many times its size. With each dig, it uncovers new opportunities, each scratch a testament to its relentless drive. The badger's ability to unearth burrowing prey or breach fortified nests is a direct result of its physical adaptations, each one a response to the challenges of its environment. In the hierarchy of the wild, the honey badger's courage and adaptability allow it to challenge adversaries far larger and more numerous. Its reputation is earned, not given, forged in the crucible of daily conflict. The badger's defiance in the face of jackals, hyenas, and even lions is a direct result of the unseen rules that reward boldness and punish hesitation. Across the kingdom, survival depends on a tapestry of adaptations: camouflage, speed, cunning, and the ability to sense the subtlest changes in the environment. Each species carves its own niche, evolving tools and tactics as unique as their fingerprints. The chameleon's shifting colors, the pangolin's armored scales, and the porcupine's defensive quills are all responses to the same set of invisible laws. The honey badger's battle is but one thread in a vast web of daily trials, where every creature faces its own gauntlet of challenges, each encounter shaping the next generation. The wild is a crucible, forging resilience in the fires of adversity. The wildebeest's perilous river crossing, the frog's desperate leap from a snake's jaws, and the lizard's lightning dash between rocks are all moments defined by the unseen rules that govern every life. This is the essence of the wild, a realm where every moment is governed by unwritten rules, where survival is earned through vigilance, adaptation, and the relentless pursuit of life amidst the ever-present shadow of death. Here the unseen rules are absolute, and only those who master them endure. In this world, every heartbeat is a wager, every breath a negotiation with fate, and every life a testament to the enduring power of nature's silent code. Across the endless, sun-drenched plains of Africa, the balance of power is in constant flux. Here, dominance is not inherited. It is seized, defended, and often lost in the blink of an eye. Every patch of grass, every shaded thicket, is a potential battleground where the ambitions of predators collide. The savanna is a living chessboard, each move dictated by hunger, instinct, and the relentless drive to survive. In the southern reaches of the Serengeti, the air is thick with anticipation. A new coalition of lions, forged from the fires of exile, emerges with a singular purpose: to claim the throne. Their presence is felt in every tremor of the earth, every echoing roar that rolls across the savanna. The land itself seems to hold its breath as these formidable males advance, their golden coats catching the last rays of the dying sun. These three males, once scattered by the violence of their youth, have united in a pact of necessity. Their bond is not born of kinship, but of mutual need, a calculated alliance that amplifies their strength and cunning. Together, they stalk the territory of an aging patriarch, whose grip on power weakens with every passing day. Each step they take is measured, their senses attuned to the subtlest shifts in the wind, the faintest scent of their rival. For a male lion, life is a relentless gauntlet. The mantle of leadership is heavy and fleeting. Most will rule for only a brief window before being toppled by younger, more vigorous challengers. Each confrontation is a crucible, where the stakes are nothing less than survival and legacy. The old king, his mane tinged with grey, stands alone against the tide of youth and ambition, his every muscle taut with the knowledge that defeat means exile or death. The coup unfolds with brutal precision. The coalition's assault is a masterclass in predatory strategy, coordinated, overwhelming, and merciless. Dust swirls as bodies collide, claws rake flesh, and roars split the silence. The old king is driven from his domain, his authority shattered in a storm of claws and fangs. The victors stand over the conquered ground, their breath heavy with the scent of conquest. With the regime toppled, the pride is transformed. The lionesses, attuned to the seismic shift in leadership, synchronize their reproductive cycles. This remarkable adaptation ensures the coalition's genes will dominate the next generation, cementing their claim through the birth of new cubs. The air is thick with pheromones and anticipation, as the future of the pride is rewritten in a matter of weeks. The new rulers waste no time asserting their dominance. They patrol the boundaries with relentless vigilance, their roars reverberating for miles, a sonic warning to intruders and a rallying cry for their pride. Scent marks are laid with methodical precision, each one a declaration of ownership. Every patrol is a ritual of power, a reminder to all who hear that the land now belongs to them. To sustain their growing pride, the coalition targets the formidable African buffalo. These massive herbivores are not passive prey. Their size, strength, and unpredictable nature make every hunt a perilous gamble. The lions must weigh risk against reward with every calculated move. The tall grass conceals both hunter and hunted, and the tension is palpable as the pride inches closer, muscles coiled for the explosive burst of the chase. Buffalo are notorious for their tenacity. A wounded individual may double back, launching a counterattack with lethal force. The herd itself forms a living barricade, horns locked in a defensive phalanx. For the lions, each approach is fraught with danger, demanding both patience and precision. A single misstep can turn hunter into hunted, as the thunder of hooves and the flash of horns threaten to end the hunt in disaster. Success hinges on flawless cooperation. Each lion assumes a distinct role: drivers, flankers, ambushers, moving in silent synchrony. Their tactics are honed by experience, their communications subtle but unmistakable. A flick of the tail, a low growl, a shared glance. The choreography of the hunt is a testament to their intelligence and unity, each member trusting the others with their lives. The coalition executes a classic maneuver, fanning out to sow confusion and panic, their goal to isolate a single buffalo from the herd's protective wall. The moment of separation is fleeting. Hesitation spells disaster, while decisive action brings the promise of a feast. The selected buffalo, cut off and surrounded, faces the full fury of the pride's coordinated assault. When the hunt is successful, the pride gathers to feed. The kill is more than sustenance. It is a reaffirmation of the coalition's supremacy, a tangible reward for their unity and prowess. The pride's future is secured, at least for now. Blood stains the grass, and the air is filled with the deep, satisfied growls of lions at their peak. Occasionally, emboldened by their triumphs, the lions attempt the extraordinary, targeting a young elephant calf. Such hunts are rare and fraught with peril, demanding absolute coordination and courage. The risk is immense, but the reward, a bounty of flesh, can sustain the pride for days. The clash of titans echoes across the plains, a reminder that in this kingdom audacity can tip the scales of survival. This cycle of conquest and succession is echoed across the continent. Each region forges its lions differently, shaping their strategies and temperaments in response to local challenges, be it dense woodland, open grassland, or arid scrub. The diversity of the land breeds diversity in its rulers, each pride a unique expression of adaptation and resilience. In the parched expanse of Tsavo, survival demands innovation. The lions here contend not only with rivals, but with the relentless heat and scarcity of water. Every step is a test of endurance, every hunt a battle against the elements. The harshness of the land is etched into their very bones, shaping a breed of lion as tough as the earth they walk. Many Tsavo males are distinguished by their lack of a mane, a striking adaptation to the unforgiving climate. Without the insulating weight of a mane, these lions can travel farther and hunt longer, their bodies better equipped to dissipate heat. Their lean, powerful frames are built for stamina, their eyes hardened by the glare of the relentless sun. When maned outsiders encroach upon Tsavo's domain, the ensuing clashes are fierce and unyielding. Each side brings unique strengths, mane for intimidation and protection, manelessness for agility and stamina. The victor is determined by a blend of brute force and environmental mastery. The outcome is written in scars and silence, the land itself bearing witness to the struggle. Triumph brings not only territory but a somber duty. The new rulers must erase the legacy of their predecessors, ensuring that only their lineage will thrive within the pride. The search for cubs is methodical, driven by instinct and the unyielding logic of survival. Infanticide, though brutal, is a calculated act. By eliminating the cubs of former males, the coalition triggers the lionesses to return to estrus, accelerating the birth of their own offspring. This harsh strategy is a cornerstone of lion reproductive success. The cycle of life and death is unflinching, each act a step toward the perpetuation of the coalition's bloodline. Yet, even at the height of their power, lions are never unchallenged. Their supremacy is constantly tested by a formidable adversary, one that thrives in the shadows and operates by its own rules. The night brings new dangers, and the chorus of distant whoops signals the approach of a rival force. Spotted hyenas, the lion's ancient rivals, are ever vigilant. Their approach is measured, their numbers formidable. Each encounter is a contest of nerve and strategy, where the outcome is never certain. The hyenas move as a unit, their eyes glinting with intelligence and intent, their laughter a chilling overture to the coming conflict. Hyena society is a marvel of evolutionary ingenuity. Led by dominant matriarchs, their social structure is rigid and efficient. Females wield absolute authority, their status inherited and fiercely defended, creating a dynamic that contrasts sharply with the lion's male-dominated hierarchy. The matriarch's leadership is absolute, her decisions shaping the fate of the entire clan. Hyena clans can number up to 80 individuals, each member contributing to the group's survival. Their strength lies in unity and adaptability, traits that allow them to thrive in environments where others falter. The clan operates as a single organism, each hyena attuned to the needs and movements of the others. Far from being mere scavengers, hyenas are accomplished hunters. Their hunts are orchestrated with remarkable coordination, utilizing a complex language of whoops, giggles, and body signals to outmaneuver their quarry. Their endurance is legendary, capable of running down prey over vast distances, their jaws closing with bone-crushing force. Hyenas possess one of the most powerful bites in the animal kingdom, capable of shattering bones with ease. This adaptation allows them to access nutrients locked within marrow, consuming parts of a carcass that other predators leave behind. Their efficiency as recyclers is unmatched, ensuring nothing is wasted in the harsh economy of the wild. The rivalry between lions and hyenas is a perpetual contest of strength, intelligence, and endurance. Each confrontation at a carcass is a high-stakes gamble, where shifting alliances, numerical advantage, and sheer audacity determine the victor. The air crackles with tension as lions and hyenas face off, each side reading the other's intent in a silent dialogue of glances and postures. In this ceaseless struggle, dominance is never absolute, only fiercely contested and always subject to the unpredictable laws of the wild. The savanna's true rulers are those who can adapt, endure, and outlast the ever-changing tides of fortune. In the heart of the African wilderness, where the eternal struggle between lions and hyenas rages, another predator emerges, one whose legacy is not written in brute force, but in the intricate tapestry of cooperation and social intelligence. Here, the painted wolves, African wild dogs, move as a living symphony, their survival a testament to the power of unity and the subtlety of their bonds. The African wild dog, known as the painted wolf for its striking, mottled coat, is a marvel of evolutionary adaptation. Each individual is a vital note in the pack's harmony, and their existence depends on a choreography so precise that even the smallest misstep can mean the difference between life and death. With a global population dwindling to just over 6,000, every painted wolf is a rare and precious thread in the fragile fabric of the savanna. Their world is shrinking, territories are carved away by encroaching wilderness, disease sweeps through their ranks, and the ever-present threat of larger carnivores looms over every hunt. Within the pack, relationships are forged and maintained through constant, nuanced interaction. Playful nips and gentle grooming are more than affection. They are the glue that binds the group, reinforcing trust, establishing hierarchy, and maintaining the delicate balance that underpins their survival. Every gesture, every touch, is a language of loyalty and order. When the hunt begins, the pack transforms into a living network of strategy and speed. Painted wolves are among the most successful hunters in Africa, boasting a success rate that can reach an astonishing 80%. This is not the result of brute strength, but of relentless stamina, flawless coordination, and a deep, almost telepathic understanding of one another's intentions. Before the chase, the pack gathers in a tight electric circle, bodies quiver with anticipation, and a chorus of sneezes ripples through the group. This is no random display. Each sneeze is a vote, a democratic signal that determines when the hunt will commence. Only when consensus is reached does the pack surge forward, united in purpose. The decision made, the pack explodes into motion. Each member is attuned to the others, reading the subtlest cues, an ear flick, a shift in posture, a glance. Their movements are a masterclass in collective purpose, every wolf adjusting in real time to the shifting dynamics of the chase. The chase unfolds across the open plains, a breathtaking display of endurance and anticipation. Painted wolves fan out, predicting the prey's every feint and turn. Their lean, muscular bodies and oversized ears are engineered for long-distance pursuit, allowing them to run for miles, wearing down their quarry with relentless pressure. Each wolf takes a turn at the front, sharing the exhausting burden of the pursuit. Others flank and cut off escape routes, their tactics honed by generations of instinct and experience. The pack's unity is its greatest weapon. No single wolf could hope to match the efficiency of the group. Throughout the hunt, communication is constant. Sharp yips, high-pitched calls, and subtle body language relay position and intent, ensuring the pack moves as a single, coordinated organism. Every sound, every gesture is a thread in the web of their collective intelligence. When the prey finally succumbs, the pack converges in a flurry of excitement. Yet, even in the frenzy, order prevails. The social structure is unyielding. Each member knows their place, and the feeding hierarchy is respected without question. The meal is shared with remarkable discipline. There is no chaos, no infighting. The youngest and weakest are fed first, a testament to the pack's deep-rooted altruism. This selflessness is not mere instinct, but a sophisticated strategy that ensures the survival of the group as a whole. Pups and those unable to hunt are ushered to the front, their needs met before the adults sate their own hunger. The sick and injured are never abandoned. The pack's care extends to every member, reinforcing the bonds that define their society. Adults regurgitate partially digested meat, nourishing the vulnerable. This act of selfless care is a cornerstone of painted wolf society, binding the pack together in mutual dependence and unwavering trust. Such altruism is a sophisticated survival strategy. By ensuring that every member thrives, the pack's collective strength is preserved, allowing them to endure the harsh realities of the savanna, drought, disease, and the constant threat of predation. In moments of rest, painted wolves huddle close, their bodies pressed together in a living mosaic of fur and color. This unity is the bedrock of their resilience, a living shield against the dangers that stalk the night. In stark contrast to the painted wolves' communal existence, the leopard prowls alone, a solitary shadow gliding through the tangled undergrowth. Every movement is deliberate, every step a study in patience and precision, honed by a lifetime of solitude. Cloaked in a pelt of rosettes, the leopard melts into the dappled light, its camouflage so effective that even the sharpest eyes may overlook its presence. This mastery of concealment is the product of millennia of adaptation to the ever-shifting patterns of sun and shadow. The hunt is a solitary ballet. Each muscle is coiled, each step calculated to minimize sound and maximize surprise. The leopard waits, motionless, for the perfect moment, sometimes for hours, before unleashing a burst of speed and power that leaves little chance for escape. Nightfall is the leopard's greatest ally. Its vision is 7 times more sensitive than a human's, allowing it to navigate and hunt in near-total darkness. In these hours, the leopard becomes a phantom, moving with a silence and certainty that few can rival. Every movement is silent, every approach unseen. The leopard relies on patience, acute senses, and the element of surprise, never numbers, never noise. Its solitary existence demands a level of skill and adaptability unmatched among Africa's great predators. Solitude brings peril. Each kill must be fiercely guarded, for the savanna teems with opportunists, hyenas, lions, and vultures, eager to steal the fruits of its labor. The leopard must remain vigilant, ready to defend or abandon its prize at a moment's notice. Lions and hyenas, ever watchful, will seize any opportunity to rob the leopard of its hard-won meal. The leopard's survival depends on its ability to anticipate danger, to vanish into the shadows before rivals can close in. To outwit these formidable adversaries, the leopard relies on raw power and ingenuity, dragging heavy carcasses across rough terrain, often for great distances, to keep its meal hidden from prying eyes and hungry mouths. In a feat of astonishing strength and balance, the leopard hoists its prey high into the branches of a tree. Here, suspended above the dangers of the ground, it creates a private larder, safe from most scavengers and competitors. Above the savanna, the leopard feeds in peace, savoring its prize while the world below waits for scraps. This arboreal dining is a signature adaptation, unique among Africa's great predators, and a testament to the leopard's ingenuity. Through a blend of stealth, patience, and formidable strength, the leopard endures, an unrivaled solitary hunter, perfectly adapted to a world where survival demands both cunning and power. Its solitary existence is not a weakness, but a triumph of specialization, a living testament to the diversity of strategies that shape life on the African plains. In the heart of Africa, rivers and waterholes are the lifeblood of the savanna, sustaining an astonishing array of creatures. Each dawn, the landscape stirs as herds of antelope, zebra, and buffalo make their cautious approach to these vital waters, their every step dictated by the promise of hydration and the lurking threat of ambush. Yet, beneath the shimmering surface and along the muddy banks, the river is ruled by two of Africa's most formidable guardians, each a paragon of evolutionary mastery, each wielding a unique arsenal of adaptations refined over countless millennia. Here, survival is not a right but a privilege, fiercely contested by the river's most powerful inhabitants. The hippopotamus, a colossal herbivore weighing up to 7,000 pounds, dominates the riverbanks with an awe-inspiring presence. Their thick, barrel-shaped bodies are engineered for both buoyancy and brute strength, allowing them to spend the majority of their lives submerged in water. Hippos are intensely social, gathering in pods that can number over 30 individuals, each group governed by a dominant male, whose authority is enforced with unwavering resolve. Despite their seemingly placid demeanor, hippos are unpredictable and fiercely territorial, especially when vulnerable calves are present within the pod. Their immense jaws, capable of opening to a staggering 150 degrees, reveal tusks as sharp as daggers, tools not for grazing but for combat and intimidation. These ivory weapons can reach lengths of up to 20 inches, and a single snap can shatter bone or cleave through thick hide. Hippos communicate through a complex symphony of vocalizations, grunts, bellows, and wheezes, each sound a coded warning or a challenge, echoing across the water and through the reeds. On land, their massive bulk conceals astonishing speed and agility. Hippos can sprint at up to 19 miles per hour, surging from the water with explosive force to chase off intruders or rivals. Their aggression is legendary, and their territory is non-negotiable. Males mark their domain by spinning their tails while defecating, flinging dung across the banks, a vivid, unmistakable signal to all who dare approach. Dominant males patrol their stretch of river with relentless vigilance, using bellows, splashes, and violent charges to assert control. Battles for dominance are brutal, often leaving deep, ragged scars as permanent reminders of their ferocity. These confrontations can last for hours, with combatants clashing jaws and ramming each other until one submits or is driven away, sometimes fatally wounded. The riverbank becomes a stage for these epic struggles, the water stained with the evidence of their power. Their wrath is not reserved for their own kind. Any animal, be it antelope, buffalo, or even crocodile, that dares to trespass risks a sudden, violent reprisal. Hippos have been known to overturn small boats and bite through thick wood, their jaws exerting a force of over 2,000 pounds per square inch. They are the undisputed monarchs of their aquatic realm, feared by all who share the water. Even the mighty crocodile, itself a formidable predator, treads carefully in the presence of an adult hippo. The mere presence of a hippo transforms the behavior of every creature at the riverbank. Grazers approach with utmost caution, their senses heightened, every muscle tensed for flight. Even the boldest animals drink quickly, their bodies poised to flee at the slightest provocation. The river's edge becomes a zone of perpetual tension, where the promise of water is shadowed by the threat of sudden violence. As night falls, hippos abandon the safety of the water to graze on land, consuming up to 88 pounds of grass in a single night. Their nightly journeys are marked by deep, well-worn trails in the mud, evidence of their relentless search for food. Yet even under the cover of darkness, their vigilance never wanes. Predators such as lions and hyenas rarely risk an encounter with a full-grown hippo, knowing that a single miscalculation could prove fatal. The hippo's unpredictable temper and immense strength make it a formidable adversary, even for the most determined hunter. When threatened, a hippo's charge is a spectacle of raw power, an unmistakable signal that the river is off-limits to all but its rulers. Their eyes, ears, and nostrils are positioned high on their heads, allowing them to remain almost entirely submerged while keeping constant watch for danger or rivals. This adaptation grants them a near-omnipresent awareness of their surroundings, making surprise attacks nearly impossible. The ever-present danger creates a zone of tension at the water's edge, where the promise of life-giving water is shadowed by the threat of sudden violence. Even arboreal animals, like baboons, watch from the safety of branches, wary of the chaos that can erupt below. The riverbank is a theatre of survival, where every creature must weigh the risk of drinking against the necessity of life. Yet the hippo is not the only master of these waters. Lurking in the shallows is the Nile crocodile, a relic of prehistory and a supreme ambush predator. These reptiles can reach lengths of 20 feet and weigh over a ton, their bodies armored with thick, rugged scales that shield them from attack and the harsh African sun. The crocodile's presence is felt even when unseen, its reputation alone enough to instill fear in all who approach the water. With a body plan unchanged for 200 million years, the crocodile is a living fossil, its armor-plated skin and muscular tail perfectly suited for stealth and sudden attack. Their webbed feet and powerful limbs allow them to launch from the water with explosive speed, while their claws provide traction on slippery banks. Every aspect of their anatomy is a testament to their role as apex ambush predators. Masters of patience, crocodiles can remain motionless for hours, conserving energy and waiting for the precise moment to strike. Their coloration and posture make them nearly invisible among reeds and driftwood, a perfect disguise for an ambush predator. The river's surface, calm and unbroken, hides the lethal intent lurking just beneath. This stillness is a calculated strategy. Every ripple, every vibration is analyzed as the crocodile prepares for the split-second burst that will decide life or death. Sensitive pressure receptors along their jaws detect the faintest movement, allowing them to pinpoint prey even in total darkness. The river becomes a silent battlefield, where the first sign of weakness can mean the end. When opportunity arises, the crocodile erupts from concealment with astonishing speed, jaws snapping shut with a force capable of crushing bone and muscle in an instant. Their diet is varied. Fish, birds, antelope, and even young hippos fall victim to their ambushes. The riverbank, once a place of respite, becomes a scene of sudden violence as the crocodile claims its prize. Its hunting technique is a masterpiece of evolution. Swift, brutal, and almost always fatal, the infamous death roll drowns and dismembers prey, ensuring nothing escapes its grasp. Crocodiles often stash carcasses underwater, returning to feed over several days, their patience matched only by their efficiency. The river's depths conceal the evidence of these silent, methodical hunters. Even apex predators like lions approach the river with trepidation. The need for water forces them into the domain of the crocodile, where their usual dominance is challenged. Lionesses lead their cubs with utmost caution, scanning the water for any sign of movement before allowing the pride to drink. The river's edge becomes a gauntlet, every crossing a gamble with death. On land, lions are unmatched hunters, but in water their power is diminished. The river becomes a gauntlet, every crossing a gamble with death. Even the bravest hesitate, knowing that a single misstep could bring disaster. The crocodile's patience and stealth turn the river into a deadly trap for even the most formidable predators. A crocodile seizes any advantage, using the river's depths to drag even the strongest predator beneath the surface, where resistance is futile and escape nearly impossible. The struggle is brief and violent, the outcome almost always in favor of the ancient reptile. The river claims its victims with ruthless efficiency, leaving little trace of the drama that unfolds beneath the surface. Waterlogged fur and sapped strength leave the lion vulnerable, its legendary agility lost to the river's embrace. Injuries sustained in these encounters can linger, affecting the lion's ability to hunt and survive. Here, the crocodile's power reigns supreme, and even the king of beasts must yield to the river's ancient ruler. At the river's edge, across the endless, shimmering plains of Africa, a silent drama unfolds each day, a contest not just of tooth and claw, but of physics and biology. Here the paradox of speed and strength is written into every sinew and heartbeat. The sun rises on a world where survival is a matter of fractions of a second, and the difference between predator and prey is measured in the length of a stride or the snap of a tendon. In this arena, adaptation is everything. Each animal is a living compromise shaped by the relentless demands of the savanna. The landscape itself is a crucible, forging creatures that must balance the razor's edge between swiftness and might, between the ability to chase and the power to defend. The cheetah, a marvel of evolutionary engineering, is the embodiment of pure velocity. Its body is a study in minimalism, lightweight, aerodynamic, every muscle tuned for acceleration. In a single explosive burst, it can close the gap between life and death, reaching speeds that blur the line between animal and force of nature. Yet the cheetah is not alone in this contest. The African wild dog, with its relentless energy and unbreakable social bonds, pursues a different strategy. While it cannot match the cheetah's top speed, it excels in endurance, running down prey with a stamina that borders on the supernatural. Their hunts are symphonies of coordination, each member playing a role in a chase that can last for miles. These two predators, though vastly different in form and function, are united by the same imperative: to outwit, outrun, and outlast their quarry. Every detail of the cheetah's anatomy is a testament to its singular purpose. Its spine flexes like a bow, storing and releasing energy with each stride. The tail, long and muscular, acts as a rudder, allowing for split-second changes in direction as the cheetah mirrors the desperate zigzags of its quarry. Its claws, unlike those of other cats, are only semi-retractable, providing extra grip on the dusty earth. Large nasal passages and oversized lungs gulp air, fueling the muscles for a sprint that lasts mere seconds. The wild dog, meanwhile, is built for the long haul. Its oversized heart and lungs pump oxygen with ruthless efficiency, fueling muscles that seem never to tire. The pack moves as one, weaving through the grass with a fluidity that belies the chaos of the chase. Their stamina is legendary, able to maintain a relentless pace, mile after mile, until their quarry collapses from exhaustion. The chase itself is a ballet of survival. Thompson's gazelles, with nerves honed by generations of pursuit, explode into motion at the first hint of danger. Their bodies twist and leap, each unpredictable turn a calculated gamble to throw off their pursuer. For the cheetah, every hunt is a gamble, one that demands perfection, for a single misstep means failure, and failure means hunger. The gazelle's speed is not just a match for the cheetah's, but a challenge to its precision. Each leap, each feint, is a test of the predator's reflexes and the prey's will to survive. But the price of speed is steep. The cheetah's sprint is a race against its own limits. Muscles burn, lungs gasp, and within seconds its body is flooded with heat. The aftermath is a moment of vulnerability. Collapsed in the grass, the cheetah is powerless, its energy spent, its senses dulled by exhaustion. The wild dog, too, pays a toll. Though built for endurance, the relentless pace of the hunt leaves even the strongest pack members winded and exposed. Their bodies, though resilient, are not immune to the wear of constant pursuit. Each hunt is a test not only of their physical limits, but of their ability to recover and regroup. In a world where power often decides fate, the cheetah's delicate frame is both its greatest asset and its deepest flaw. Unlike the lion, whose bulk can repel rivals, or the hyena, whose jaws can crush bone, the cheetah is built for flight, not fight. The wild dog, though formidable in numbers, is no match for the brute force of a solitary hyena or the coordinated assault of a lion pride. Their survival depends on unity, vigilance, and the ability to vanish into the grass at a moment's notice. The savanna is not a place for the complacent. Every animal must weigh the risks of confrontation against the rewards of the hunt. The aftermath of the hunt is fraught with danger. For the cheetah, the effort leaves it overheated and defenseless, its senses dulled by fatigue. Even a minor injury can spell disaster, for there is no margin for error in the life of a sprinter. Wild dogs, too, bear the scars of their relentless pursuits. Limps, wounds, and exhaustion are the price of their persistence. Each scar is a reminder of the fine line between success and failure, between a full belly and an empty one. Recovery is a race against time. The cheetah, its flanks heaving, must cool down before it can even begin to eat. Every second spent recovering is a second in which danger can find it. Wild dogs, ever wary, devour their hard-won meal with frantic urgency, eyes scanning the horizon for the first sign of trouble. The need to feed is matched only by the need to remain alert, for the savanna is never truly safe. Vulnerability hangs in the air. The exhausted cheetah, still trembling from its sprint, must defend its prize from a host of opportunists. Lions, hyenas, and even leopards patrol the savanna, ever alert for weakness. Wild dogs, though fierce in a pack, are often forced to abandon their kill to larger, more powerful rivals. The struggle for food is never truly over. It is a contest that extends beyond the hunt, into the realm of defense and survival. The struggle does not end with the kill. For every meal won, there is the looming threat of loss. The cheetah's speed and the wild dog's endurance are extraordinary, but in a world ruled by brute force and numbers, neither is a guarantee of success. The spoils of victory are often claimed by those who arrive last, not first. The savanna rewards not only the swift and the strong, but also the opportunistic and the bold. This is the paradox at the heart of their existence. Masters of the chase, yet forever on the edge of loss, their greatest gifts are also their greatest vulnerabilities. The savanna is a place where every advantage is balanced by a cost, and every triumph is shadowed by risk. The cheetah's speed is unmatched, but it comes at the expense of strength. The wild dog's endurance is legendary, but it cannot stand alone against the giants of the plains. Each day brings new challenges. The cheetah must not only outpace its prey, but also outwit the powerful rivals that share its territory. Wild dogs, ever resourceful, rely on unity and strategy, adapting their tactics to survive in a landscape where danger can come from any direction. The constant threat of predation and competition shapes every decision, every movement, every breath. For mothers, the stakes are even higher. A cheetah with cubs must hunt with precision, every sprint a risk, every meal a race against time and predators. Wild dog packs become fortresses of cooperation, each adult playing a role in feeding and defending the next generation. The future of both species depends on the delicate balance of speed, strength, and strategy. The young learn early that survival is a lesson written in the dust and grass, taught by the successes and failures of those who came before. The cycle of pursuit and recovery is unending. For the cheetah, every sprint is a gamble with exhaustion. For the wild dog, every hunt is a test of endurance and unity. Their lives are defined by the tension between what they can achieve and what it costs them. The savanna is a place where the margin for error is vanishingly thin, and where the consequences of failure are immediate and unforgiving. These stories are etched into the landscape, a living record of the evolutionary trade-offs that shape every creature here. For every advantage, there is a price. The savanna is a crucible, forging animals that are both specialists and survivors. Each adaptation is a response to the harsh realities of life here, a solution to the problems posed by an ever-changing environment. Even the most powerful must adapt. In some regions, lions have learned to climb trees to escape biting insects and catch a breeze, while leopards use their strength and agility to hoist prey out of reach of scavengers. Each adaptation is a response to the unique challenges of the environment. The savanna rewards those who can innovate, who can find new ways to survive in a world that is always testing the limits of possibility. In Uganda's Ishasha sector, tree-climbing lions have become a symbol of adaptation, while leopards across Africa demonstrate the power of combining strength with stealth and agility. These behaviors are not mere curiosities. They are the difference between survival and defeat. The ability to adapt, to change, is the ultimate weapon in the arsenal of the savanna's inhabitants. Every behavior, every adaptation, is a solution to a problem posed by the savanna. From the smallest twitch of a tail to the grandest migration, each is a testament to the ingenuity and resilience of life here. The savanna is a living laboratory where only the most finely tuned survive. In the wild, nothing is certain. Survival is a game of trade-offs, of constant innovation and adaptation. Whether through speed, strength, endurance, or cunning, every animal must navigate the paradoxes of life on the savanna, where every gift is a gamble, and every day is a new test of what it means. Across the boundless sun-drenched plains of the African savanna, every day is a relentless test of wit, resilience, and adaptation. Here, the air shimmers with heat and tension, and every creature, whether predator or prey, must navigate a world where survival hinges on the most ingenious of strategies. In this living, breathing arena, the line between life and death is drawn not only by the sharpness of tooth and claw, but by the brilliance of nature's most dazzling illusions and the strength of alliances that defy expectation. The savanna is a stage where deception and cooperation are as vital as speed or strength, and where the most subtle tactics can tip the balance between triumph and tragedy. Among the savanna's most mesmerizing spectacles is the zebra's dazzling defense. For the lion, the zebra is a coveted prize, yet the zebra's greatest weapon is not its muscular build or swift legs, but the hypnotic deception woven into its striped coat. Each zebra's pattern is as unique as a fingerprint, but when the herd gathers, these stripes merge into a living tapestry, a shifting, flickering illusion that bewilders even the most experienced hunter. As the zebras surge across the grasslands, their stripes blur into a rippling mirage, a visual enigma that confounds the predator's senses. The herd's synchronized movements amplify the effect, transforming a group of individuals into a single undulating mass. For a lion, this living illusion is a formidable obstacle. Its focus scatters, its attack delayed as it struggles to isolate a single target from the swirling confusion. In the chaos of pursuit, the predator's advantage is lost to the artistry of nature's camouflage. This dazzle camouflage is a masterpiece of evolution, distorting depth, direction, and even the perception of speed. For the zebra, these precious seconds of confusion can mean the difference between life and death, allowing the herd to scatter and vanish into the golden grass, leaving the predator bewildered and empty-pawed. The predator's calculated approach is shattered, its senses overwhelmed by the living illusion. In these fleeting moments, the zebra's fate hangs in the balance, rescued by the artistry of its own appearance, a living masterpiece painted stroke by stroke through countless generations of natural selection. Yet, the wonders of the savanna extend far beyond the realm of camouflage. Here, survival is often secured through alliances as surprising as they are ingenious, partnerships forged not by kinship, but by the shared demands of life in a world fraught with peril. These relationships are as diverse as the species themselves, each one a testament to the adaptability and resourcefulness of the wild. The warthog, bristling with tusks and ever watchful, has found an unlikely ally in the banded mongoose. Together, they form a partnership of mutual benefit. The warthog offers protection and a safe haven, while the mongooses provide vigilant grooming and early warnings of danger. Elsewhere, the honey-guide bird and the honey badger engage in a remarkable collaboration, each relying on the other's unique talents to unlock the treasures of hidden beehives. The honey-guide's sharp eyes and insistent calls lead the badger to the hive, and once the badger tears it open, both partners feast, one on honey, the other on waxen larvae. The warthog's burrow is a fortress against prowling predators, its tusks a formidable deterrent. But when it comes to grooming, it depends on the nimble mongooses, who deftly remove ticks and parasites from its tough hide. The honey guide, meanwhile, waits patiently as the honey badger rips open the hive, then swoops in to claim its share of the bounty. These alliances are not born of sentiment but of necessity, each partner bringing a vital skill to the table, each reaping the rewards of cooperation. Grooming alliances are a common thread in the savanna's intricate tapestry. Mongooses meticulously comb through the warthog's bristly hide, while oxpeckers perch atop buffalo, plucking parasites and alerting their hosts to approaching threats. These relationships are built on trust and necessity, each partner playing a vital role in the other's survival, their fates intertwined by the demands of the wild. In these exchanges, both parties flourish. The warthog and buffalo are freed from pests, while their helpers enjoy a steady meal. This is mutualism in its purest form, a silent agreement shaped by generations of coexistence, where each participant's survival is bound to the other's success. Some alliances span even greater distances across the animal kingdom. Impalas graze alongside baboons, each species benefiting from the other's vigilance. The baboon's sharp eyes and piercing alarm calls warn of danger, while the impala's constant alertness provides an added layer of security for both. In this world, cooperation is a currency more valuable than gold. Egrets follow herds of grazing antelope, snatching up insects stirred by hooves, and alerting their hosts to the presence of lurking predators. Each species brings its own strengths to the alliance, creating a network of cooperation that stretches across the savanna, weaving together the destinies of creatures great and small. The warthog and mongoose, the honey guide and honey badger, these are not mere coincidences, but sophisticated partnerships honed by necessity. Each alliance is a living example of the intricate web of cooperation that sustains the wild, where every participant has a role to play, and every interaction is a thread in the fabric of survival. These moments of collaboration stand in stark contrast to the ever-present threat of predation. In the shadow of danger, alliances offer a fragile peace, a brief respite from the relentless pursuit of the hunt, where trust and cooperation become as vital as speed or strength. The savanna is a place where every advantage is seized, and every opportunity for survival is grasped with both caution and hope. The savanna is a living mosaic of survival strategies, dazzling illusions, rare partnerships, and ingenious camouflage. From the zebra's stripes that bewilder predators to the chameleon's shifting hues that render it nearly invisible, every adaptation is a testament to the persistence of life in a world of constant challenge. Each animal, each alliance, is a story of innovation, written in the language of survival. Every creature, from the swift-footed antelope to the armored pangolin, weaves a unique thread into the ecosystem's fabric. Their survival strategies, whether blending seamlessly into the landscape, forming alliances, or relying on physical defenses, are all essential to the balance of the wild. The pangolin's scales, the antelope's speed, the mongoose's vigilance, each adaptation is a response to the savanna's unforgiving demands. The zebra's stripes are more than mere decoration. They are a living shield, a dynamic illusion that confounds the senses and protects the herd. The wildebeest's stampede, too, creates a swirling confusion of dust and movement, making it nearly impossible for predators to isolate a single animal. These are not tricks, but the hard-won results of evolutionary arms races where only the most adaptable survive. Trust in the wild is a calculated risk. The warthog's willingness to let mongooses approach, the honey badger's reliance on the honey guide's guidance, these are not weaknesses, refined adaptations shaped by countless generations of trial and error. Each act of trust is a gamble, but one that can yield the greatest rewards. In this world of shifting shadows and ever-present danger, it is the subtle, the clever, and the cooperative who endure. The dazzling illusions and unlikely alliances of the animal kingdom are not mere curiosities, they are the keys to survival, the result of nature's most brilliant and intricate designs, played out each day beneath the endless African sky. Here, every moment is a testament to the power of adaptation, and every alliance, every illusion, is a story of life's unyielding will to persist. Deep within the labyrinthine rainforests of Africa, where the air is thick with humidity and the chorus of insects never ceases, chimpanzees have evolved into some of the most formidable strategists in the animal world. Here, beneath the tangled canopy, every day is a test of wit, strength, and social acumen. The forest is a living maze, its shadows concealing both opportunity and danger. For chimpanzees, survival is not a matter of brute force alone, but of relentless observation, calculated risk, and the ability to read the ever-changing language of the jungle. Chimpanzees spend much of their day foraging, their diet a diverse tapestry of fruits, leaves, insects, and, on rare but significant occasions, small mammals. Social grooming cements bonds, while play among juveniles hones the skills they will need for survival. Yet beneath these daily routines lies a capacity for tactical thinking that sets them apart. Every movement is deliberate, each member of the troop is attuned to the subtlest cues, a rustle in the undergrowth, the scent of ripe fruit, the distant alarm call of a monkey. Their world is one of constant vigilance, where opportunity and threat are separated by the thinnest of margins. The red colobus monkey, a staple prey, is a master of escape, swift, agile, and ever alert. Chimpanzees, however, counter this with patience and observation, tracking their quarry for hours, sometimes even days, before making a move. The hunt begins long before the chase. It starts with silent observation as the troop melts into the shadows, watching the monkeys' routines, learning their escape routes, and waiting for the perfect moment to strike. The tension is palpable, every muscle coiled, every sense heightened. Preparation is meticulous. The troop assembles in near silence, each individual attuned to the mood and signals of the group. Dominant males often take the lead, but every member, from the youngest juvenile to the oldest matriarch, has a role to play. The forest itself becomes a stage for silent communication. Subtle glances, low grunts, and the careful positioning of bodies. The troop listens for the faintest sounds, the direction of the wind, the calls of distant monkeys, the approach of potential rivals. Every detail is weighed, every risk calculated. The troop divides into specialized units. Drivers flush prey from cover, blockers anticipate escape routes, and flankers move to cut off any chance of retreat. This division of labor is not random. It is shaped by experience, physical ability, and social standing. Each chimpanzee knows its place in the unfolding drama. Young males, brimming with energy, circle wide to cut off escape. Females, often the most agile, flank the group, while elders position themselves at key vantage points, reading the flow of the hunt with practiced eyes. When the moment comes, the hunters act with explosive speed. Timing is everything. One misstep, and the prey escapes. Success depends on the ability to read the shifting dynamics of the chase, adjusting tactics in real time. The forest erupts in a blur of motion. Branches shudder, leaves rain down, and the air is filled with the cries of both hunter and hunted. Chimpanzees leap with astonishing precision, hands reaching, feet gripping, bodies twisting mid-air to intercept their quarry. In these moments, instinct and strategy merge into a single fluid motion. Communication is layered and sophisticated. Pant hoots, grunts and screams convey urgency or direction, while subtle gestures, an outstretched arm, a flick of the wrist, a tap of the foot, signal intent and coordinate movement. This silent language is essential for maintaining cohesion during the chaos of the hunt. In the dense foliage, where visibility is limited, these signals become lifelines. A single glance can redirect the entire troop, a low grunt can halt a charge, and a foot tap can trigger a coordinated ambush. These exchanges allow for remarkable flexibility. If a monkey doubles back or finds an unexpected escape route, the troop adapts instantly, shifting positions and tactics with a fluidity that speaks to deep social intelligence. The ability to improvise is crucial. A failed maneuver is not a defeat, but a lesson. Each member recalibrates, learning from the outcome, ready to try again with renewed precision. Tool use is a defining feature of chimpanzee tactics. Some individuals select and modify branches to use as clubs or probes, dislodging prey from hiding spots or defending against aggressive monkeys. This innovation is not instinctive. It is learned, practiced, and refined over time. The forest floor is littered with the evidence of their ingenuity. Sticks stripped of bark, branches sharpened to a point, leaves woven into makeshift tools. Each implement is a testament to the chimpanzee's ability to shape its environment, turning the raw materials of the jungle into extensions of its own will. The aftermath of a successful hunt is a social event. Meat is a prized resource, and its distribution is governed by complex rules. Dominant individuals may claim the largest share, but alliances are reinforced as morsels are traded, and even the youngest learn the value of patience and diplomacy. The sharing of meat is a ritual of power and persuasion. Each bite is negotiated, each morsel a token in the intricate web of relationships that binds the troop together. Meat is more than nutrition, it is currency. Dominant males may use it to reward supporters or placate rivals, while females may leverage their share to secure protection or favor. Every exchange is a lesson in the politics of the forest. The distribution of meat can shift alliances, resolve disputes, or ignite new rivalries. Young chimpanzees watch closely, absorbing the unwritten rules that will one day determine their own place in the hierarchy. Around the kill, every gesture is scrutinized. Youngsters watch intently, absorbing the nuances of hierarchy and negotiation. Elders mediate disputes, ensuring that lessons are learned and order is maintained. The social fabric of the troop is woven in these moments, each interaction reinforcing the delicate balance of power, respect, and cooperation that defines chimpanzee society. Cooperation is the crucible in which tactics are forged. Failed hunts are not wasted. They are opportunities for learning. The troop regroups, shares information, and prepares for the next challenge, their resilience as vital as their cunning. After a setback, grooming and gentle reassurance restore morale. The lessons of failure are discussed in silence, each member internalizing what must change for the next attempt. Planning extends beyond the immediate hunt. Elders pass down knowledge of territory, prey behavior, and seasonal changes. The troop's collective memory is a living archive, guiding strategy and ensuring that each generation is better equipped than the last. Before dawn, the troop gathers in hushed anticipation, reviewing boundaries, scent-marking trails, and silently observing the movements of their prey. These rituals are the foundation of their tactical prowess. Innovation is constant. New techniques spread quickly as individuals observe and imitate successful strategies. The ability to adapt, to invent new solutions and abandon old ones is a hallmark of chimpanzee intelligence. A young chimpanzee, watching an elder fashion a tool, will soon try its own hand, encouraged by subtle gestures and approving glances. In this way, knowledge flows through the troop, each innovation building upon the last. After the hunt, moments of reflection and grooming reaffirm the bonds that hold the troop together. Each success and failure is woven into the fabric of their society, shaping future tactics and relationships. The forest quiets, and the troop rests, each member reassessing their place, their role, and the lessons learned from the day's trials. The rainforest is a living mosaic, teeming with life and competition. Chimpanzees must constantly adapt, not only to their prey, but to the presence of other predators and competitors, each encounter shaping their approach. Across the endless blue, the ocean conceals a world of astonishing complexity, where survival is a daily negotiation between intelligence, adaptation, and, above all, cooperation. Beneath the waves, the largest animals ever to exist glide through a realm sculpted by ancient rhythms. Here, every movement is dictated by the tides, the seasons, and the ever-shifting abundance of life. In this vast aquatic wilderness, the rules of the hunt are rewritten by giants whose very existence is a testament to the power of unity and specialization. The ocean's surface may seem tranquil, but below, a silent ballet of giants unfolds, a ballet that has shaped the fate of countless species for millions of years. Among these titans, the humpback whale emerges as a master of collaboration. Not only does its immense size command awe, but its extraordinary ability to work as part of a team transforms the act of feeding into a spectacle of marine ingenuity. Alongside them, sperm whales and fin whales display intricate social structures, each species evolving unique strategies to thrive in the boundless blue. These are not solitary wanderers, but architects of cooperation, their lives woven together by the need to survive in a world where opportunity is fleeting and competition fierce. Though often seen alone, the humpback's solitary journeys are punctuated by moments of intense social interaction. When the ocean's bounty surges and the stakes are highest, even the largest whales, blue and fin, converge in loose aggregations, drawn together by the promise of a feast. In these rare gatherings, the ocean's giants become both competitors and collaborators, their fates intertwined by the abundance of prey. When a dense school of herring or krill is detected, the whales gather with silent purpose. Each individual assumes a precise role in a breathtaking display known as bubble net feeding. The choreography is intricate. Some whales dive deep, circling the prey in a tightening spiral, while others position themselves to drive the fish upward. The water becomes a stage for a performance honed over generations, every movement a calculated step in a dance of survival. The group plunges into the depths, forming a living spiral beneath their quarry. As they ascend, each whale releases a steady stream of bubbles, weaving a rising curtain that traps the fish above. Every flick of a tail, every brush of a fin is a signal, an unspoken language that ensures the net tightens with flawless precision. In the dim blue, the whales' bodies move as one, a testament to the power of collective instinct. The bubbles act as invisible walls, herding the panicked fish into a tight, shimmering ball. Trapped and disoriented, the prey dart in frantic circles, their silver bodies flashing in the filtered sunlight. The whale's precision ensures that not a single opportunity is wasted. Every fish is accounted for, every movement purposeful. Throughout the hunt, the whales communicate with a symphony of haunting calls and low-frequency rumbles. Each sound is a signal, timing, position, and movement coordinated with astonishing accuracy. These vocalizations travel for miles, weaving a web of information that binds the group together, even when separated by vast distances. In the darkness, sound becomes their greatest tool, a language as ancient as the sea itself. At the perfect moment, the entire group surges upward in unison, mouths agape, engulfing thousands of fish in a single, thunderous gulp. Water explodes around their massive jaws, sunlight glinting off the spray. The baleen plates act as sieves, trapping prey while expelling seawater, a feat of biological engineering that allows these giants to harvest the ocean's riches with unmatched efficiency. Each whale benefits from the collective effort, their cooperation transforming a fleeting opportunity into a feast. Young whales observe and mimic the adults, learning the subtle cues and complex maneuvers that will one day ensure their own survival. In these moments, knowledge is passed from one generation to the next, the legacy of cooperation etched into the memory of the pod. This spectacle is more than a hunt. It is a symphony of intelligence, communication, and trust played out on a scale few creatures can match. Every gesture, every glance is part of a silent language honed over millennia. In the deep, the bonds of cooperation are as vital as the ocean currents themselves. Elsewhere in these vast waters, the blue whale, the largest animal ever to exist, navigates the ocean's invisible highways. Guided by instinct and the subtle cues of shifting currents, its immense body moves with surprising grace, covering vast distances with each powerful stroke. The blue whale's journey is a testament to endurance, its every movement a marvel of evolutionary design. This leviathan, stretching up to 100 feet and weighing nearly 200 tons, survives on a diet of tiny krill, consuming up to 4 tons in a single day. With each colossal mouthful, the blue whale filters clouds of krill through its baleen plates, the water streaming from its jaws in shimmering cascades. The feeding grounds are determined by the seasonal blooms of plankton, which fuel these immense swarms and dictate the whale's epic migrations. The blue whale's strategy is one of scale and efficiency. Its immense body is perfectly adapted to harvest the ocean's smallest bounty. Deep within its chest, the largest heart on Earth beats slowly and powerfully, driving blood through a circulatory system built for endurance. Every aspect of its anatomy is a masterpiece of adaptation, allowing it to thrive where few others can. Guided by ancient migratory routes, blue whales traverse thousands of miles, following the seasonal blooms of plankton that sustain the krill they depend on. Their journeys span entire ocean basins, crossing equators and polar seas in search of food and breeding grounds. In the darkness, bioluminescent plankton glow in their wake, marking the passage of giants through the world's greatest wilderness. Their lives are defined by movement, a relentless, purposeful journey across the planet's largest habitat, always in search of the next great gathering of food. Calves travel beside their mothers, absorbing the knowledge of routes and feeding grounds essential for survival. Each migration is a lesson in endurance, a rite of passage that will shape the next generation of giants. Unlike the hunters of the land or the cooperative humpbacks, the blue whale is a filter feeder, its survival a testament to the power of specialization and the abundance of the ocean's smallest life forms. Its throat expands to engulf vast volumes of water, then contracts to force the water out, leaving only the trapped krill behind. This method, perfected over eons, allows the blue whale to thrive where others would starve. Each species, from the cunning orca to the gentle blue, has carved out a unique niche in the ocean's tapestry. Some rely on teamwork, others on sheer size or speed, all shaped by the relentless challenges of the sea. Fin whales and sea whales employ different tactics, sometimes joining mixed species groups to exploit fleeting opportunities, their strategies as varied as the ocean itself. For the blue whale, success lies in solitude and endurance, navigating the vastness, harvesting the ocean's riches with every sweeping pass. Periods of rest are brief and strategic, as the need to feed and migrate never truly ceases. In the silent depths, the blue whale's journey is a solitary odyssey, marked by moments of quiet grace and relentless determination. Its immense size is its shield. A healthy adult blue whale faces no threat from any predator. Its only challenge is the endless search for sustenance. Scars and markings on its skin tell stories of past struggles, encounters with orcas, collisions with ships, and the relentless demands of the ocean. Each mark is a testament to resilience, a record of survival in a world where only the strongest endure. In the silent depths, these gentle giants embody the ocean's grandeur, a living monument to cooperation, adaptation, and the enduring mystery of life beneath the waves. Their presence is a reminder of the intricate balance that sustains the largest creatures on Earth, and the profound connections that bind all life in the sea. Here, in the blue heart of the planet, the cooperative giants of the ocean continue their ancient dance, shaping the fate of the world beneath the waves. At the very summit of the ocean's intricate food web, a creature of astonishing intellect and raw power commands the seas, the orca, or killer whale. These apex predators are not only formidable in strength, but also in their ability to adapt, strategize, and thrive in some of the planet's most challenging environments. Each orca is a living testament to the ocean's relentless demand for innovation and resilience, a master of survival whose story is written in the tides. In the vast blue wilderness, the orca's presence is unmistakable, a black and white shadow gliding beneath the waves, a dorsal fin slicing the surface like a blade. Every movement is purposeful, every breath a silent promise of the hunt to come. Despite their fearsome reputation, orcas are the largest members of the dolphin family, renowned for their remarkable intelligence and adaptability. Their brains are among the most complex in the animal kingdom, allowing them to solve problems, plan hunts, and even display empathy within their pods. In the cold shadows of the kelp forests or the shimmering blue of open water, orcas demonstrate a mental agility that rivals their physical prowess. Their eyes, dark and alert, scan the shifting world around them, reading the subtle cues of current, prey, and kin. Each pod is a living network of minds, communicating, learning, and evolving with every passing season. Orcas live in highly organized, matriarchal societies, where the oldest female leads her family through generations. These pods are more than just groups. They are dynasties, bound by loyalty, tradition, and a shared memory of the ocean's secrets. The matriarch's wisdom guides her descendants through shifting currents and changing seasons, her voice echoing through the water as a living archive of survival. In the swirling mists of dawn, the pod moves as one, each member attuned to the matriarch's subtle signals, a flick of the tail, a shift in direction, a low, resonant call that vibrates through the deep. Communication within these pods is a symphony of clicks, whistles, and pulsing calls. Each pod has its own dialect, a unique language passed down through generations, enabling them to coordinate hunts, warn of danger, and reinforce the bonds that hold their society together. In the inky depths, these voices weave a tapestry of connection, each note a thread in the fabric of pod life. The ocean is alive with their conversations, complex, layered, and filled with meaning. A single call can summon the pod to action or soothe a restless calf in the darkness. This intricate social structure is the cornerstone of their dominance. Every member has a role, from the vigilant sentinels to the experienced hunters, all working in seamless harmony to outwit their prey. In the silent ballet of the hunt, each orca moves with purpose, their actions choreographed by instinct and experience. The pod fans out, encircling a school of fish or a lone seal, each individual anticipating the next move, each maneuver a product of years of practice and inherited wisdom. Orcas are masters of adaptation, with a diet as varied as the oceans themselves. Some pods specialize in hunting fish, using bubbles and tail slaps to corral their quarry, while others pursue seals, dolphins, or even the ocean's most formidable predators. In the swirling chaos of a bait ball, orcas unleash a storm of tactics, each maneuver honed by generations of trial and triumph. The water churns with energy as the pod drives its prey into a tight sphere, then strikes with breathtaking speed and precision. Their prey ranges from swift fish and agile seals to powerful sharks, each requiring a different approach and a unique set of tactics. Against the armored hide of a shark, orcas employ precision and teamwork, flipping their quarry to induce paralysis before delivering the final blow. The ocean's most dangerous hunters become prey in the orca's relentless pursuit, their strategies shifting with each new challenge. In some of the most dramatic encounters, orca pods target the vulnerable calves of great whales, orchestrating complex attacks that test the limits of their coordination and resolve. The ocean becomes a stage for a relentless pursuit where strategy and stamina decide the fate of giants. The pod works in shifts, exhausting the mother, isolating the calf, and exploiting every weakness until the hunt is won or lost. Their hunting strategies are as diverse as their habitats. Some pods employ stealth and deception, while others rely on brute force or intricate teamwork, adapting their methods to the challenges of each hunt. In the shifting light beneath the waves, orcas become shadows, unpredictable, relentless, and always learning. They split into subgroups, create diversions, and use decoys to confuse and isolate their prey, demonstrating a tactical genius unrivaled in the marine world. Along remote coastlines, certain orcas have mastered the perilous art of intentional stranding, launching themselves onto beaches to seize unsuspecting sea lions, then wriggling back to the safety of the waves. This daring maneuver is a high-stakes gamble, a testament to the orca's willingness to risk everything for a meal. The sand and surf become a battleground, where a single miscalculation could mean disaster, yet the rewards are great for those who succeed. In the frozen reaches of the polar seas, orcas work together to generate waves, toppling seals from their icy refuges with a precision that speaks to years of practice and inherited knowledge. The ice cracks, the water surges, and the hunt unfolds in a spectacle of calculated force. Each member of the pod knows its role, timing their movements to perfection as the seal's sanctuary is shattered by the relentless rhythm of the waves. These sophisticated techniques are not simply instinctual. They are learned, refined through observation and imitation, as young orcas watch their elders in action. Each calf is a student, absorbing the lessons of the hunt with wide, attentive eyes. The young shadow their mothers, mimicking every move, every turn, every calculated strike, their minds hungry for knowledge. Knowledge is passed down through generations, with mothers and experienced adults guiding the young, ensuring that the wisdom of the pod endures. The ocean is their classroom, and every hunt is a lesson in survival. The matriarch's guidance is gentle but firm, her patience unwavering as she shapes the next generation of hunters. Through patient instruction and repeated demonstration, adults teach the next generation the subtle art of the hunt. From the first tentative attempts to the mastery of complex strategies, the young orca's first successful catch is a rite of passage, celebrated by the pod with a chorus of calls. The calf's triumph is not just a personal victory, but a moment of collective pride, a signal that the pod's legacy will continue. The young learn by doing, guided and corrected, until they can contribute fully to the pod's survival. Each success a testament to the power of shared experience. Mistakes are met with patience, and every triumph strengthens the bonds of the family. The calf's first breach, its first chase, its first taste of prey, each milestone is a step toward adulthood, witnessed and encouraged by the entire pod. This cultural inheritance, unique among ocean predators, reveals a depth of intelligence and emotional complexity that sets orcas apart, forging a legacy that endures through time. Their eyes reflect curiosity, understanding, and a sense of belonging that transcends mere survival. Within the pod, relationships are nurtured, alliances formed, and emotions expressed in ways that echo the most intricate social structures in the animal kingdom. Their ability to strategize, cooperate, and teach makes them not only formidable hunters, but also one of the most socially advanced species in the wild. After a successful hunt, the pod shares its bounty, reinforcing the ties that make their society so enduring. Food is distributed, not hoarded, and the youngest are given the choicest morsels, ensuring the health and strength of the next generation. Yet orcas are more than predators. They are sentient beings, capable of rest, play, and deep social connection, their lives woven together by bonds as strong as any in the animal world. In moments of calm, they float side by side, breathing in unison beneath the open sky. The ocean's surface becomes a sanctuary, a place for quiet reflection and gentle interaction, far from the chaos of the hunt. They leap, play, and interact in ways that reveal a vibrant inner world, using their intelligence not just for survival but for exploration and joy, spy-hopping to scan the horizon, tossing kelp in playful games. Orcas express a zest for life that animates the wild seas. Each playful breach, each synchronized spin is a celebration of existence, a moment of pure, unfiltered vitality. The orcapod stands as a living testament to the strength of unity, a collective mind navigating the ever-changing challenges of the sea. Each movement is a signal, each gesture a message, as the pod weaves through the currents in perfect synchrony. In the face of danger, the pod closes ranks, forming a protective barrier around the young and vulnerable, their unity an unbreakable shield. Together they traverse vast distances, weathering storms and scarcity, their survival a triumph of cooperation and resilience in the face of the ocean's relentless tests. Through roaring tempests and tranquil calms, the pod endures, guided by memory and instinct. The journey is long, the challenges many, but the pod's cohesion is unwavering, their fate bound together by the enduring game of survival. From the indomitable honey badger to the ingenious orca, the animal kingdom is shaped by those who dare to adapt, innovate, and endure. Each species carves its own path, but few match the orca's blend of intelligence, cooperation, and adaptability. In every ocean, the orca's legacy is written in the lives it touches, the strategies it perfects, and the generations it shapes. The savage kingdom is a realm of endless drama, where every creature's story is a testament to the astonishing diversity and ingenuity of life. In every corner of the wild, the struggle for survival unfolds in scenes of breathtaking beauty. As dusk surrenders to the deep velvet of night, the savanna transforms into a realm of shadows and whispers. From this darkness, a new sovereign emerges, the leopard. Solitary, elusive, and supremely adapted, it glides through the gloom with a confidence honed by generations of survival. Each movement is a silent proclamation of mastery, every muscle tuned to the rhythm of the night. Draped in a coat of rosettes, the leopard becomes a living phantom, dissolving into the dappled tapestry of forest and woodland. Its fur, a mosaic of shadow and light, renders it nearly invisible among the tangled undergrowth and twisted branches. Each step is measured, each pause a calculated decision, as it weaves through the labyrinth of its domain, unseen and unheard. Unlike the thunderous pride of lions or the relentless pursuit of wild dogs, the leopard's existence is defined by secrecy. It is a creature of patience, a master of stillness, relying on silence to outwit both prey and rival predators. In the hush of midnight, it becomes a ghost, watchful, waiting, and utterly alone. From the tangled forests of Asia, where moonbeams filter through ancient trees, to the golden savannas of Africa, and the rugged outcrops that rise like islands in a sea of grass, leopards carve out territories as diverse as the landscapes themselves. Each environment demands a different strategy, and the leopard adapts with seamless precision, reading the land as if it were an open book. Every branch, every patch of shadow is a potential hiding place. The landscape itself becomes an extension of the leopard's will, a living maze, where it alone knows the secret trails. In the dense forest, it moves like a whisper, its form melting into the shifting patterns of moonlight and leaf. Muscles ripple beneath the spotted pelt, built for sudden acceleration and silent approach. The leopard's gait is a study in fluidity, each paw placed with such care that even the brittle leaves beneath remain undisturbed. Its body is a symphony of grace and power, every sinew working in harmony to ensure its passage is as silent as the falling night. Its eyes, golden and unblinking, are tuned to the faintest glimmer of movement. In the darkness, they reflect the world in fragments. Every twitch of a whisker, every flutter of a wing is registered and analyzed. The leopard's vision pierces the gloom, transforming the night into a canvas of opportunity. The leopard is a consummate opportunist, its hunting style shaped by the demands of the night. Whether in dense jungle, open woodland, or rocky escarpment, it adapts seamlessly, exploiting every advantage the environment offers. It moves with the patience of a seasoned hunter, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Its diet is as varied as its range: antelope grazing in moonlit clearings, monkeys chattering in the canopy, birds roosting in low branches, and reptiles basking on warm stones, all a potential quarry. The leopard's palate is dictated by opportunity, and its hunting prowess is matched only by its adaptability. When hunger calls, even the river is not off-limits. With swift, precise strikes, the leopard can snatch fish from the shallows, demonstrating a versatility unmatched among big cats. Its claws, sharp and curved, become tools of precision, extracting life from the water with barely a ripple. The hunt is a ritual of patience. Hours may pass as the leopard remains utterly still, every muscle coiled, senses attuned to the rhythms of the night. It becomes a statue of anticipation, blending so perfectly with its surroundings that even the sharpest eyes would overlook it. Hidden in dense undergrowth or pressed flat against the earth, it waits for the precise instant when the odds tip in its favor. The world narrows to a single heartbeat, a single breath, as predator and prey are locked in a silent contest of survival. When the moment arrives, the leopard erupts from concealment, a blur of sinew and claws. The strike is swift, silent, and almost always fatal, the victim subdued before alarm can spread. In that instant, the night belongs to the leopard alone. Yet the true brilliance of the leopard's strategy is revealed after the kill. It wastes no time, knowing that the night is filled with competitors eager to steal its hard-won meal. Every second counts in this world of silent rivalry. Hyenas prowl the darkness, their laughter echoing through the night. Lions patrol their domains, and wild dogs roam in restless packs. Each is a threat, each a reason for the leopard's next move, a move that must be executed with both speed and cunning. With astonishing strength, the leopard hoists its prey into the treetops. No other big cat can match this feat. Here, gravity becomes its ally and the branches its fortress. The kill is secured high above the reach of scavengers, suspended in a world where only the leopard reigns. Suspended above the chaos, the leopard dines in solitude. The leafy canopy muffles the sounds of feeding, and the darkness conceals both predator and prize from prying eyes below. Here, in the embrace of the branches, the leopard is truly untouchable. This solitary path demands more than brute force. It requires adaptability, an ability to read the land, to sense danger, and to vanish when the odds turn. The leopard's survival is a testament to its intelligence and its unyielding will. Leopards endure where others fail. They prowl the arid deserts, slip through tangled jungles, and even skirt the edges of human habitation, always unseen, always alert. Their resilience is legendary, their ability to adapt unmatched in the animal kingdom. Their coats are masterpieces of evolution, each spot a brushstroke of camouflage, each movement a lesson in discretion. The pattern of rosettes is unique to each individual, a signature written in fur perfectly suited to the art of disappearance. As the night deepens, the leopard becomes a shadow among shadows, slipping away before dawn can reveal its secrets. Its passage is marked only by the faintest imprint in the dust, a fleeting memory in the wilderness. In the moonlit theatre of the wild, the leopard is both unseen observer and silent actor, its every movement a testament to the power of subtlety. It glides through the night, a living enigma, shaping the darkness to its will. It is the silent assassin of the night, an emblem of adaptability, resilience, and the enduring enigma of the untamed world. In the realm of shadows, the leopard reigns supreme, its legend written in the language of silence and stealth. Gap 2s. As the last echoes of the leopard's silent hunt fade into the night, The forest breathes a sigh of tension released. Yet, for the creatures of the wild, the struggle is far from over. Another drama unfolds across the open plains and tangled woodlands, where every blade of grass and shifting shadow conceals both threat and opportunity. Here, survival is a delicate balance. Strength and stealth matter, but it is the art of evasion that often tips the scales between life and death. The impala, for instance, is a virtuoso of escape, its every movement a calculated response to the ever-present threat of predation. For countless creatures, the wild is a gauntlet of predators, each step a gamble, each moment a test of vigilance sharpened by generations of survival. Every sense is heightened, every instinct honed to perfection. The impala's large, sensitive ears swivel independently, capturing the faintest rustle or distant footfall. Its wide, liquid eyes scan the horizon, reflecting the perpetual state of alertness that defines its existence. Within the herd, a silent communication passes. One animal's tension ripples through the group, triggering a collective readiness to flee. Every muscle is coiled, every tendon taut, prepared for the explosive burst that could mean the difference between escape and capture. The impala's nostrils flare, testing the wind for the scent of danger, while its body remains poised for instant action. When a shadow stirs in the grass, or a whisper of movement betrays a lurking predator, the impala's response is immediate and precise. In a heartbeat, it launches into motion, muscles surging, hooves striking the earth with astonishing force. Its leaps are not random. Each arc is a calculated maneuver, designed to confuse and outpace even the swiftest pursuer. The herd erupts in a blur of motion, chaotic to the eye, but orchestrated by instinct, each animal weaving and bounding in unpredictable patterns. Hooves drum the earth in a staccato rhythm, sinew and bone working in perfect harmony to evade the snapping jaws behind. Yet the impala is not the only master of evasion. Across the plains, a diverse cast of prey animals has evolved its own unique strategies for survival. The hare, pressed low against the earth, becomes almost invisible, its mottled fur blending seamlessly with the ground. When threatened, it erupts into a zigzagging sprint, darting unpredictably to foil the trajectory of talons or the lunge of a predator. Each twist and turn is a split-second calculation, a desperate gamble that often leaves its pursuer grasping at empty air. The pangolin, armored and deliberate, moves with a slow, purposeful gait, seemingly vulnerable, yet supremely adapted. When danger closes in, it curls into a tight, impenetrable ball, presenting nothing but a fortress of overlapping scales. Each scale is a shield evolved over millennia to deflect tooth and claw, rendering the pangolin nearly invulnerable to attack. Predators circle, frustrated, unable to breach this living armor, a testament to the power of passive defense. Overhead, flocks of birds take to the sky in a sudden, synchronized eruption, their wings beating in perfect unison. In these murmurations, thousands of individuals move as a single entity, their collective motion creating mesmerizing patterns that ripple across the sky. This unity is a shield, confusing predators, making it nearly impossible to isolate a single target from the swirling mass. The air shimmers with their movement, a living tapestry of survival woven in real time. At the water's edge, the stakes rise even higher. Here, every approach is fraught with peril, as predators lie in wait beneath the surface. Crocodiles, masters of patience, remain motionless for hours, their eyes barely breaking the water's surface, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Antelope approach with utmost caution, every muscle tensed, every sense alert, drinking in quick, nervous sips. Each sip is a calculated risk, a moment of vulnerability in a world where hesitation can be fatal. Some sense the faintest ripple, springing back in a blur of motion just as jaws snap shut where they once stood. The predator is left with nothing but a swirl of mud and the echo of a missed opportunity. Yet, not all are so fortunate. Some fall victim, a stark reminder that the wild's rules are absolute and unforgiving. As night falls, the savanna transforms, shadows lengthen, and the dance of evasion continues beneath the pale glow of the moon. Every chase, every narrow escape is a testament to the relentless ingenuity and adaptability of prey species. Their lives are a masterclass in adaptation, each generation refining the tactics of evasion, each individual a living repository of hard-won survival skills. Young animals learn by example, watching elders and practicing the maneuvers that will one day save their lives. In the eternal contest between hunter and hunted, the outcome is never certain. Speed, agility, and cunning are pitted against raw power and relentless pursuit. Time and again, it is not the strongest who endure, but those who can best read the signs, anticipate danger, and master the art of escape. The impala's leap, the hare's zigzag, the pangolin's armor, each is a triumph of evolution, a living testament to the power of evasion. In every corner of the wilderness, from sunlit plains to shadowed forests, the dance of survival continues, silent, urgent, and unending. Here in the heart of the wild, the masters of escape write their stories in every leap, every sprint, every heartbeat, a living legacy of adaptation and resilience. And as dawn brushes the horizon, the wild unveils a realm where survival is dictated not solely by brute force, but by the astonishing ingenuity of adaptation. Here, every creature is an architect, its body, mind, and behavior meticulously sculpted by the relentless pressures of evolution. Evolution's silent hand has crafted a tapestry of solutions to life's harshest challenges. Each adaptation is a living blueprint, honed over millennia, reflecting nature's boundless creativity and the unforgiving demands of the wild. Consider the giraffe, towering above the savanna. Its extraordinary height is not a mere quirk, but a masterstroke of evolutionary engineering. The giraffe's elongated neck, supported by a heart weighing up to 11 kilograms and reinforced by specialized blood vessels, enables it to browse the highest acacia leaves, nutritional reserves untouched by competitors. This adaptation reduces direct competition for food, while the giraffe's prehensile tongue and tough palate allow it to strip thorny branches with ease, exploiting a niche few others dare approach. In the tangled undergrowth, the African hornbill and the mongoose forge a sophisticated alliance. Their partnership is a model of interspecies communication. Hornbills scan the skies for aerial predators, while mongooses keep watch for dangers on the ground. Through a complex exchange of alarm calls, each species extends its senses, creating a living network of vigilance that dramatically increases their chances of survival. In the parched expanses where water is a fleeting luxury, the sandgrouse stands as a paragon of adaptation. Male sandgrouse undertake perilous journeys to distant waterholes where their belly feathers, uniquely structured with coiled barbules, absorb and retain water like living sponges. This remarkable adaptation allows them to transport up to 20 milliliters of water across vast hostile terrain. Upon returning, the males offer this life-sustaining moisture to their chicks, who drink directly from the saturated feathers, a vital exchange that ensures the next generation's survival in an unforgiving landscape. Nearby, the termite mound rises from the earth, a marvel of natural engineering. Its towering structure is not random, but a carefully regulated microclimate. Termites work in unison, constructing intricate tunnels and ventilation shafts that maintain stable temperature and humidity inside, regardless of the searing heat outside. This collective intelligence, driven by chemical signals and division of labor, rivals the complexity of human architecture and sustains millions within a single colony. Beneath the surface, the naked mole rat carves out an existence in perpetual darkness. Its physiology is a testament to extreme adaptation. These mammals are impervious to certain types of pain, resistant to cancer, and capable of surviving with minimal oxygen, traits that allow them to thrive in low-oxygen burrows where few others could endure. Their wrinkled skin and lack of fur minimize water loss, while their incisors, used for digging, operate independently from their lips, preventing soil from entering their mouths. Their society is ruled by a single breeding queen, with strict castes reminiscent of insect colonies. This eusocial structure, rare among mammals, ensures efficient resource allocation and collective defense, maximizing the colony's resilience. In the open air, the drongo bird demonstrates a different kind of genius, one rooted in deception and mimicry. The drongo's vocal cords are finely tuned, allowing it to imitate the alarm calls of multiple species. By triggering panic, it causes other animals to abandon their hard-won meals, which the drongo then seizes. This behavioral adaptation demands acute intelligence, memory, and the ability to read the reactions of its targets, an evolutionary gamble that consistently yields rewards. Such deception is not mere trickery, but a calculated survival strategy, honed by generations of selective pressure in a landscape where every advantage counts. Each of these adaptations, whether anatomical, behavioral, or social, represents a unique solution to the relentless challenges of survival. They are the result of countless generations, each one refining the blueprint for life in a world of constant change. These are not mere curiosities, but the hard-won legacies of evolutionary trial and error, living proof that survival favors the innovative, the cooperative, and the adaptable. In the endless theater of the wild, it is these architects of survival, those who innovate, cooperate, and adapt with precision, who quietly shape the fate of their world, ensuring that life not only endures, but thrives against all odds. In the most secluded reaches of the wild, where tangled vines obscure the sun and the savanna stretches into silence, the boundaries between hunter and hunted dissolve. Here, rare and unpredictable predator-prey encounters unfold, each one a testament to the intricate balance of nature's design. These moments, seldom observed, are the hidden threads that hold the ecosystem together. In these shadowed arenas, the familiar scripts of survival are rewritten by the unpredictable hand of opportunity. Instinct, desperation, and chance converge, forcing both predator and prey to improvise in ways that defy expectation. High above the golden grasslands, a martial eagle glides with unwavering focus. Its gaze, sharper than any blade, ignores the usual quarry. Instead, it locks onto a juvenile monitor lizard, basking in a rare patch of sunlight atop a bare branch. An unlikely target, but one that promises a meal rich in protein and challenge. With a sudden, silent plunge, the eagle folds its wings and drops from the sky. The lizard, sensing only a fleeting shadow, freezes. In a heartbeat, talons close around scaled flesh, a calculated risk, for few raptors dare to tackle such formidable prey. But the commotion does not go unnoticed. A nearby troop of baboons, ever vigilant and fiercely territorial, surges forward. Their alarm calls pierce the air, a warning and a challenge all at once. For a fleeting moment, the eagle, apex predator of the skies, becomes the vulnerable. The baboons, emboldened by numbers and noise, rush the raptor, forcing it to relinquish its hard-won prize and retreat to the safety of the air. The lizard, battered but alive, escapes in the chaos. In the flooded grasslands, beneath the shimmering surface, a shoal of African tigerfish patrols the currents. Their bodies, sleek and muscular, ripple with latent power as they wait in ambush, eyes fixed on the world above. Overhead, barn swallows dart and weave, their wings barely brushing the water as they snatch insects in mid-air. To them, the surface is a hunting ground, unaware that danger lurks below. Suddenly, a flash of silver erupts from the depths. A tigerfish, jaws agape, launches skyward and intercepts a swallow in a spray of droplets. In this instant, the hunter becomes the hunted, and the air is no longer a sanctuary. Deep within the forest, a pangolin moves with deliberate care, its armored scales glinting in the dappled light. Each step is measured, each movement a defense honed by generations of survival against tooth and claw. But tonight, a honey badger prowls nearby, undaunted by the pangolin's formidable armor. Driven by hunger and renowned for its tenacity, the badger circles, sniffing and pawing, seeking any weakness in the living fortress. The pangolin curls tighter, scales locked, as the badger's claws scrape and pry in a relentless test of endurance. The standoff stretches into the night, adaptation pitted against adaptation. Neither yields easily, and the outcome hangs in the balance, determined by patience, strength, and the will to survive. In the wetlands, a Nile monitor lizard creeps with calculated stealth toward a crocodile nest. The air is thick with tension as the lizard's tongue flicks, tasting the scent of eggs hidden beneath the mud. The mother crocodile, a vigilant guardian, lurks nearby. Yet the monitor, agile and cunning, slips past her massive jaws, snatching eggs with practiced precision. Each theft is a gamble. One misstep could mean instant death. But as the lizard flees with its prize, the tables turn once more. A fish eagle, drawn by movement and opportunity, dives from above. In a blur of feathers and talons, the thief becomes the stolen, and the cycle of predation continues. Each of these encounters is a product of the wild's intricate web, a network of needs, instincts, and fleeting chances. Here, every creature, whether predator or prey, is both formidable and vulnerable, shaped by the relentless demands of survival. In this ever-shifting arena, strength alone is never enough. Survival depends on adaptability, quick thinking, and the ability to seize the unexpected. Roles reverse in an instant and the outcome is never assured. The wild's most extraordinary stories are etched in these fleeting, dramatic encounters, moments where the rules are rewritten, and every participant must adapt, improvise, and endure, or be lost to the relentless march of nature. Beneath the looming shadows of Africa's most celebrated predators, a quieter, intricate drama is always unfolding. Here, in the margins of the wild, overlooked species orchestrate their survival with a mastery of subtlety and adaptation, each moment a testament to their ingenuity in a world ruled by giants. As dusk settles over the grasslands, the aardwolf slips from its burrow, its movements cautious and calculated. The air is thick with the scent of earth and the distant calls of predators, but the aardwolf is attuned to a different rhythm, one dictated by the hum of insects beneath the soil. Unlike its formidable hyena relatives, the aardwolf is a specialist, not a fighter. Its slender jaws and elongated tongue are perfectly evolved for a life spent in the shadows, harvesting termites with silent precision. Every step is measured, every pause a calculation, to avoid the gaze of prowling lions and leopards. With each flick of its tongue, the aardwolf gathers thousands of termites, its senses finely tuned to the vibrations of its prey. It feeds under the cover of darkness, timing its foraging to the lull in activity from larger carnivores, ensuring its survival through patience and specialization rather than confrontation. Deep within the tangled undergrowth, the African crested rat moves with deliberate caution. Its world is one of shadows and concealment, where every rustle could signal danger or opportunity. The rat's survival hinges on a remarkable ritual. It gnaws the bark of the poison arrow tree, carefully extracting the potent toxin. With practiced motions, it applies the substance to specialized hairs along its flanks, transforming its own body into a living barrier against attack. For any predator bold enough to strike, the lesson is immediate and unforgettable. A single bite delivers a numbing, paralyzing shock, forcing even the most determined hunter to retreat. The crested rat's defense is not speed or aggression, but a chemical shield, an invisible armor honed by generations of trial and error. Above, in the dense canopy, the bush baby awakens as darkness deepens. Its enormous eyes reflect the faintest glimmers of starlight, granting it vision where others see only blackness. Every muscle is primed for sudden movement, every sound a potential signal. The bush baby's world is a vertical labyrinth. It leaps with astonishing agility, covering vast distances in silence, its padded feet barely disturbing the leaves. Insects are snatched mid-air, and the threat of owls is met with swift, unpredictable movement, an aerial ballet of survival. Its calls, ethereal and piercing, ripple through the night. These vocalizations are more than communication. They are a lifeline, warning kin of unseen dangers and weaving a network of vigilance across the treetops. Far from the grasslands and forests, the shovel-snouted lizard faces a different challenge, the relentless heat and exposure of the desert. Here, survival demands a mastery of disappearance. At the faintest hint of a shadow, perhaps a circling raptor, the lizard dives, undulating beneath the sand in a fluid, practiced motion. The surface ripples, then settles, leaving no trace of its passage. In this world, invisibility is the ultimate defense. This ability to vanish in an instant is the product of countless generations adapting to extremes. The lizard's every movement is a calculated response to the ever-present threat of predation and the unforgiving sun. In the flooded forests, the African reed frog is a master of transformation. Its skin shifts in hue with the changing light, allowing it to melt into the tapestry of reeds and lilies that surround it. This camouflage is both shield and sword. Hidden from the eyes of herons and snakes, the frog waits motionless, then strikes with lightning speed at passing insects. Invisibility becomes both a sanctuary and a weapon. Across Africa's vast wilderness, these overlooked survivors move through their worlds with quiet brilliance. Each has evolved a unique set of tactics, some chemical, some physical, others behavioral, crafted by the relentless pressures of their environment. Though they may never command the spotlight, their stories are woven into the very fabric of the wild. In the grand design of nature, it is often the unseen and the ingenious who endure, proving that survival is not always about strength, but about the art of adaptation. As dawn breaks over Africa's ever-evolving landscapes, a new force shapes the destinies of its wild inhabitants: change itself. The horizon glows with possibility and uncertainty, each sunrise marking the beginning of a new struggle for survival. The climate's subtle shifts ripple through the savanna and deep forests, rewriting the rules of survival in real time. Rain clouds gather and disperse unpredictably, leaving behind parched earth or sudden floods, each event reshaping the very fabric of life. In the once predictable cycles of rain and drought, elephants now trek farther for shrinking waterholes, their ancient migratory routes adapting to new realities. The matriarchs, guided by memory, must now gamble on unfamiliar paths, leading their herds into uncharted territory in search of water and safety. Herds fragment and regroup, guided by memory and necessity. Some elephants are forced to split from the main group, risking isolation, while others reunite at distant, unpredictable oases, forging new bonds and alliances in the face of adversity. Calves learn to follow the matriarch's hesitant steps, their futures uncertain in a world where water no longer waits in familiar places. Each lesson in survival is hard-won, as the young must quickly adapt to a landscape that no longer offers guarantees. Elsewhere, the cunning African wild dog faces a challenge of coordination. Their survival depends on unity, yet the shifting environment tests even the strongest bonds. As prey patterns shift with the seasons, their hunts grow longer, the pack's choreography tested by unpredictability. The wild dogs must read the land anew each day, tracking herds that no longer follow traditional routes, and adapting their strategies to the ever-changing rhythms of the savanna. New alliances form and dissolve, while old strategies are abandoned for uncharted territory, each decision a gamble against starvation. Packs fragment and reform, learning to communicate in new ways, their survival hinging on innovation and trust. In the Okavango's receding floodplains, hippos and crocodiles jostle for dwindling pools. The once abundant waterways shrink, forcing ancient rivals into ever closer quarters. The amphibious giants, once rulers of the river, now endure tense standoffs, their nightly sorties stretching into daylight as competition intensifies. Crocodiles lurk in the shallows, while hippos defend shrinking territories, each encounter a test of strength and endurance. Every splash and grunt is a reminder. Adaptation is no longer a choice, but a necessity. The struggle for dominance grows fiercer, and only the most adaptable will endure as the waters recede further with each passing season. High above, migratory birds adjust their ancient flight paths, bypassing barren stops in search of lush feeding grounds. Their journeys, once guided by instinct and tradition, now demand constant recalibration. Some arrive too early, finding only empty branches, others too late, as insects have already moved on. The delicate timing of migration is thrown into disarray, and each flock must learn to read the subtle cues of a world in flux. The cost of a misstep is high: starvation, exhaustion, or the loss of an entire generation. Yet with each failed attempt, the survivors refine their instincts, passing hard-earned wisdom to the next wave of travelers. The rhythm of wings in the sky is now a song of uncertainty and resilience. Each flight is a testament to adaptation, as birds learn to navigate a patchwork of opportunity and risk. Even the masters of camouflage, chameleons and reed frogs, find their colors mismatched as foliage fades or flourishes in unexpected patterns. Their ancient art of invisibility is challenged by a world that refuses to stay the same. Their survival depends not just on blending in, but on anticipating a world that changes shape with every season. The most successful are those who can shift their hues and habits faster than the landscape itself transforms. In this shifting balance, every creature is both witness and participant. The drama of adaptation unfolds in countless acts, each species writing its own story of resilience and ingenuity. From the smallest termite to the largest elephant, adaptation becomes the ultimate strategy. Termites alter their tunnels to follow moisture, while elephants remember distant springs, each responding to the world's subtle cues in their own way. Nature's resilience is tested, and the wild's ancient drama is rewritten. One challenge, one response, one heartbeat at a time. In the face of relentless change, Africa's wildlife stands poised on the edge of tomorrow, forging new paths through a world that will never be the same. As the sun surrenders to the African dusk, a new order emerges, one ruled by shadows and silence. While daylight predators retreat, the night reveals a dynasty of hunters whose skills are honed for darkness. In the wavering moonlight, the savanna transforms into a realm where only the most finely tuned senses prevail. Among the tall grasses, the serval slips soundlessly, each step calculated, each movement masked by the night's gentle hush. Its oversized ears scan for the subtlest rustle, a mouse tunneling beneath the soil, a cricket's desperate leap. With a leap that defies gravity, the serval becomes a phantom, its precision strike a testament to evolutionary perfection. Elsewhere, the African civet glides between the shadows, its banded coat dissolving into the undergrowth. Guided by an acute sense of smell, it follows invisible trails, earthy signatures left by rodents, insects, and frogs. Each find is quickly dispatched, its meal consumed in secrecy. The civet's solitary patrol is relentless, covering miles in a single night, mapping an invisible network of opportunity hidden from the day. Above, the barn owl reigns as the silent monarch of the nocturnal sky. Its wings slice through the air without a whisper, its heart-shaped face funneling the faintest sounds. From its perch it watches, listens, and waits. When the moment comes, the descent is swift and unerring. A vole snatched from the darkness, its fate sealed before it senses danger. Deep within the tangled forest, the genets emerge. Agile and serpentine, they navigate branches with balletic grace, their luminous eyes reflecting the faintest starlight. Each hunt is a display of patience and timing, waiting for an unsuspecting bird to settle or a lizard to pause too long. Their world is one of perpetual motion, each leap and twist dictated by instinct and necessity. Not all nocturnal predators rely solely on stealth. The honey badger, armored in toughness and tenacity, prowls with fearless confidence. It roots through termite mounds, overturns stones, and raids burrows, undeterred by venom or sting. Its appetite is matched only by its resilience, making it a formidable force in the moonlit hours. Across the landscape, these night hunters share a single truth. Mastery of their domain depends on adaptation and secrecy. Their senses, sharpened by generations, are their greatest weapons, each one evolved to pierce the darkness and outwit prey, equally attuned to survival. In the world after sunset, every shadow conceals a story. Every whisper could be the last sound a prey animal hears. The secret lives of nocturnal predators unfold unseen. A silent ballet of pursuit and evasion, hunger and survival. While the world sleeps, the night's dynasty reigns, quiet, relentless, and forever hidden beneath the cloak of darkness. In the wild, every movement, sound, and scent carries meaning. Communication is the silent thread weaving together the destinies of predator and prey, kin and rival. Without spoken words, animals have developed a sophisticated lexicon, one that transcends species and spans continents. Across the open plains, elephants rumble in frequencies too low for human ears, their seismic calls traveling through the ground for miles. A matriarch's warning or a call to reunion, these vibrations guide distant family members through forests and across savannas, uniting herds in invisible conversation. Hidden among the thickets, meerkats stand sentinel, their bodies rigid as they scan the horizon. Each chirp, bark, or trill is a coded message, a warning of eagles above or snakes below. The colony responds in perfect synchrony, vanishing into burrows or freezing in place, their fates tied to the clarity of their signals. High in the canopy, vervet monkeys issue alarms specific to each threat. A distinct call for leopards sends the troops scrambling into the trees, while a different note for eagles prompts them to dive for cover. This nuanced vocabulary is learned and refined, each generation passing down the knowledge that keeps them alive. For the great whales of the ocean, communication is both art and necessity. Humpbacks compose complex songs that travel for vast distances, their melodies echoing beneath the waves. Each phrase can carry meaning, territory, readiness to mate, or a call to join a migration. In the gloom of the deep, these songs are lifelines, connecting individuals across the watery expanse. On the forest floor, ants lay chemical trails, invisible yet unmistakable. A single scout's pheromones can mobilize an entire colony, guiding thousands to a food source or warning of danger ahead. This chemical dialogue is precise. Each variation in scent a different command, each response immediate and coordinated. Even the silent world of reptiles is rich in communication. Chameleons flash vibrant colors, their shifting hues signaling aggression, submission, or courtship. In a world where words are absent, color becomes language, dynamic, immediate, and impossible to ignore. Under the cover of night, fireflies punctuate the darkness with coded flashes. Each species pulses in a unique rhythm, a luminous language that guides mates to one another across meadows and marshes. The brilliance of their displays is both a beacon and a battleground, where only the most precise signals ensure success. From the faintest scent to the boldest display, animal communication is a tapestry of signals, each one honed by evolution, each one vital for survival. In the wild, understanding is not a luxury, it is the currency of life itself. Every call, every color, every vibration is a message written in the language of survival, echoing through forests, across plains, and beneath the waves. In the endless contest between predator and prey, survival is a game of innovation. For every tooth and claw, there is a countermeasure, crafted by necessity, perfected by time. Prey animals, often seen as mere targets, are in fact masters of adaptation, wielding an arsenal of strategies that tilt the odds in their favor. On the open savanna, herds of impala move as one, each individual attuned to the slightest flicker of danger. Their survival hinges on vigilance and agility. At the first hint of a predator's approach, a wave of alarm ripples through the group. Impalas leap in spectacular bounds, pronking high into the air to confuse and deter would-be attackers, signaling both fitness and awareness. In the dense rainforests, the okapi, elusive relative of the giraffe, relies on silence and camouflage. Its velvety stripes dissolve into shafts of shadow and light, rendering it nearly invisible among the undergrowth. When threatened, the okapi melts into the foliage, moving with deliberate care to avoid betraying its presence. Burrowing creatures like the fennec fox and the meerkat construct elaborate underground fortresses. These labyrinthine tunnels offer sanctuary from aerial and terrestrial hunters alike. Each entrance is a calculated escape route, every chamber a safe haven. Within these burrows, life continues, unseen and untouched by the dangers above. For the Arctic hare, life is a battle against both predator and elements. Its pristine white coat is more than camouflage. It's an adaptive cloak, blending seamlessly with the snow. When danger looms, the hare freezes, trusting its invisibility. Only as a last resort does it unleash its explosive speed, zigzagging across the tundra in unpredictable bursts. In the shallows of the coral reef, cuttlefish and octopuses wield deception as their shield. Chromatophores in their skin pulse with color and texture, allowing them to vanish against the seafloor or mimic the appearance of a venomous species. These shapeshifters are artists of evasion, their bodies becoming illusions that confound even the keenest-eyed hunters. Some prey, like the African buffalo, turn to strength in numbers. When under threat, the herd forms a defensive phalanx, adults facing outward, calves shielded at the center. With horns lowered and bodies united, they present a wall of resistance that few predators dare to breach. Others, like the poison dart frog, advertise their defenses. Vibrant colors warn of toxicity, a visual deterrent that teaches would-be predators to look elsewhere. This honesty is a deterrent in itself, an evolutionary bargain that spares both hunter and hunted from a fatal encounter. Each strategy is a testament to the relentless arms race that shapes life in the wild. The prey's playbook is written in the language of survival, an ever-evolving script of caution, deception, and resilience. In the shadows and in the light, these unsung survivors remind us in nature survival is a triumph of both cunning and courage. As the Earth's climate shifts, the ancient rhythms of predator and prey are thrown into disarray. Seasons arrive out of sync, reshaping the landscapes that have governed these relationships for millennia. In the Arctic, the thinning ice spells trouble for both polar bears and their seal prey. The bears, once masters of the frozen expanse, now find hunting grounds shrinking beneath their paws. Seals, too, are forced to adapt, birthing pups on unstable ice floes where the risk of collapse lurks at every turn. Both hunter and hunted face a new uncertainty, their fates entwined in the vanishing cold. On the African savanna, prolonged droughts parch the land. Waterholes, once bustling crossroads of life, dwindle to muddy remnants. Prey animals must travel farther for a drink, exposing themselves to ambush in unfamiliar terrain. Lions and wild dogs, once able to predict the movements of their quarry, must now adjust their strategies to a world where scarcity reigns. The balance tilts unpredictably, sometimes in favor of the predator, other times granting prey a fleeting advantage as old patterns dissolve. In the world's rainforests, rising temperatures and erratic rainfall alter the availability of food and shelter. Insects emerge at unusual times, leaving birds and small mammals scrambling to find nourishment for their young. Predators, in turn, must adapt to shifting prey populations, some flourishing, others dwindling away. The intricate web of life frays at the edges, with each thread tugging at countless others. Even in the oceans, the story is the same. Warmer waters drive fish and squid to new territories, pursued by dolphins, sharks, and orcas. But migration routes become perilous, as predators encounter unfamiliar competitors and prey struggle to find refuge in changing currents. Coral reefs, once vibrant fortresses, bleach and crumble, depriving countless species of their homes and hunting grounds. Climate change acts as an invisible hand, rewriting the rules of survival. The ancient game of pursuit and evasion becomes ever more complex, its outcome uncertain. In this crucible of transformation, predator and prey alike must innovate or perish, reminding us that in nature, resilience is both a gift and a necessity, shaped by forces as vast and unpredictable as the climate itself. In the endless contest between predator and prey, the art of remaining unseen has evolved into a silent masterpiece. Across continents and ecosystems, camouflage and mimicry have become nature's most ingenious survival strategies, crafted not by conscious intent, but by the slow, relentless hand of evolution. In the dense undergrowth of the rainforest, a leaf-tailed gecko clings motionless to a mossy branch. Its body is etched with the veins, mottled greens, and jagged edges of the leaves it mimics. Predators pass by, their senses deceived by this living illusion. Here, camouflage is not merely a feature, it is a vital cloak, woven from countless generations of selective pressure. On the African savanna, the tawny coats of lions and the dusty stripes of zebras are more than just colors. For the lion, the muted golds and browns dissolve its outline in the tall grasses, granting it the element of surprise. For the zebra, bold stripes create a moving dazzle, confusing the eyes of pursuing predators and making it difficult to isolate a single target from the herd. In the coral reefs, the cuttlefish is a shapeshifter of unparalleled skill. With a flicker of pigment cells, it shifts from sandy beige to vibrant coral, mirroring the textures and colors of its surroundings. This mastery of disguise protects it from sharks and larger fish, and allows it to stalk unaware prey, an evolutionary arms race played out in bursts of color and shadow. But camouflage is only one side of the coin. Mimicry, the art of imitation, takes deception to another level. In the forests of Southeast Asia, the harmless hawk-moth caterpillar sways like a venomous snake when threatened, its body marked with eye spots and scales. Predators hesitate, fooled by the mimic's convincing display. Elsewhere, the orchid mantis disappears among the petals of flowers, its limbs sculpted to resemble delicate petals. Pollinators, mistaking the mantis for a bloom, draw close, only to become prey themselves. This intricate mimicry blurs the line between hunter and hunted, turning the natural world into a gallery of living illusions. Even in the open ocean, the struggle for invisibility continues. The transparent bodies of juvenile fish and crustaceans render them nearly invisible to predators below and above, a fleeting advantage in the vastness of the blue. These adaptations are not static but ever-evolving. As predators refine their senses and prey sharpen their tactics, the dance of deception grows ever more complex. Camouflage and mimicry are proof that in the wild, survival often favors those who can best master the art of vanishing, reminding us that sometimes the greatest defense is to become a ghost in one's own world.